Guys, this is going to be my last video of the year, and I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. If you are free from the Watchtower, hopefully you are free to celebrate Christmas if you want to do so. And if you don't, well, that's fine too. It took me 6 years, by the way, after I left the Watchtower. It took me 6 years to be able to celebrate Christmas again. And it's interesting because I'm not even a born in. I chose to become one of Jehovah's Witnesses. So, by the way, I had the most magic Christmases when I was a child, especially between the ages of, that I remember, of 3, I would say, and 8. The most majestic Christmases. And the reason why, it's because it was not only me, but my brother and 4 other cousins. And so there was a lot of kids all together. So my mother, uncles, and aunts would gather all the gifts, and there were many because, when you have 6 kids, and they have at least 4 or 5 gifts, at least 4 or 5 gifts each, you can imagine the amount of gifts. So it were all gathered around, I could say around the tree, but really took about 3/4 of the room, and the room was quite big. And then at the time, my aunt had a camera, a Super 8 camera. It used to be called Super 8 cameras, with a very big flash. And the flash in those days were very bright. Actually, it would blind you after a while. When the flash would go off, you couldn't see anymore. So I remember that flash, that bright light, like a white light, flashing on those toys and the trees in the room as we were going downstairs, coming out of our beds, going downstairs and seeing those toys, those dozens of toys under that bright light. This is a memory that I would not trade for anything. And actually, I feel bad for Jehovah's Witnesses kids that will never have such memory. Of course, you can live without this memory, but this memory of Christmas, to me, I mean, it's a great memory. It's an image, a feeling that I have in my heart for the rest of my life, and that I kept even as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. But, you know, hearing for more than a decade that it was a bad thing to do, then it took me another 6 years to be able to celebrate Christmas. So, if you do want to celebrate Christmas, I wish you a Merry Christmas. And I'm celebrating Christmas this year. I'm in France right now for a while now. I'm still here, so I'll celebrate it here. By the way, thank you for all of you guys who have watched my previous videos on the bombshell that the Watchtower came out with. It was worth it to make the video both in English and in French. It was very good because both of them have had so far a lot of views, even the French one. And considering that less people speaking French are watching the videos. So anyway, great stuff. I'll see you again in 2017. Whether you celebrate or not Christmas, I hope you end this year in the best way possible. By the way, for those who are still in the mind, just don't want to end this video without mentioning this. People who have in the mind what's been told to them over and over the years, that we don't celebrate Christmas because it's pagan. Well, remember that the Watchtower itself has pagan origin. But for example, you know that Jehovah's Witnesses wear wedding rings, right? Well, the wedding ring is pagan. It's totally pagan. Search online Google the origin of the wedding ring, and you'll see it has even links to the adoration of the sun. So it is pagan. So if you are one of Jehovah's Witnesses, this is not a good argument saying that you do not celebrate Christmas because it's a pagan holiday. Because if you have a wedding ring right now, then just take it off, because you have a symbol that has very pagan origins. So very interesting. Another things I wanted to mention, I heard in a video just this past yesterday, I think, that apparently now the Watchtower is saying that you guys can grow beards. Oh my goodness! After decades of having told people they couldn't wear beards, now apparently you can. And the person mentioned on their video that the fact that they are changing so many things, that they are saying stuff that we've never heard before, such as what they are saying in the topic of my previous video. I think, like him, I think is right. He's saying that those things happened because they are getting ready to get slammed again by the Royal Court, the Royal Commission in Australia. And they want to try to not be cultish anymore, I mean, as much as possible. And really, right now, the Watchtower is suffering. And that makes me feel good. Because a cult that destroys family, that breaks up families, that had, allowed people to die before they should have died just because they needed some blood to save their lives, they deserve all the bad things, all the uncovering of things that's happening to them right now. And I hope, maybe it's a wild dream, but I hope that one day this cult will completely go down the drain. Anyway, we're trying our best so that can happen maybe. So anyway, hope you enjoy the rest of this year. And again, I'll see you next year in 2017. Bye bye now.